Have you been feeling heavy lately, drained? You just feel as though your energy is off. Maybe you have someone, a family member, a friend, a significant other, and perhaps you may feel as though this person has negative energy and it is affecting you. Well, if this video found you, we are going to work on that today with an egg cleanse. Just a little bit of history about the egg cleanse. Egg cleanse, they also call it limpia. It's an ancient ritual and it's used in a large variety of cultures. And essentially, it is used to absorb negative energy. This has been practiced in Mesopotamia, indigenous Mexican traditions. African spiritual influences, so Santeria, hoodoo, and then also, there are healers in Spain and in Italy, and they also do cleaning rituals using eggs. And essentially, it's based off of the belief that eggs can absorb bad energy. And so, pretty much, how it works is that eggs are considered a powerful energy because they contain life force energy, hence why women, when we have in with us having ovaries, we release an egg. Ova means egg. So when you're ovulating, you are indeed releasing an egg. And the shell of this egg is what represents protection, and the yolk is what absorbs and what traps the negative energy from the body. And so when you crack this egg into water, the patterns in the water is what is going to be shown what is affecting you spiritually. Okay. So now we're going to talk about how we're going to start this egg cleanse. I am just going to give you all a demonstration because I actually did an egg cleanse yesterday. The reason why I'm making this video in the first place is because I knew I needed it. And I'm also going to show you guys my findings from my egg cleanse, and then also explain to you the diagnosis of how the yolk will look in your water and what that means. And then also what you can do to release that negative energy. I would do the egg cleanse, but I already did the negativity removal from the egg cleanse, and I like to wait about 24 hours after I do that before I do another egg cleanse, just to make sure that I'm able to absorb all of the good energy and then do the cleanse to make sure that all the negative energy was removed. So, ingredients, perhaps. All right. So, you need an egg. Simply doesn't have to be any particular special type, farm raised or anything type of that. Get you an egg. You are going to get a jar. It needs to be a glass jar, okay, 100%. And then in addition to that, you also need like a glass cup or something to wash your egg in. And then you also need a timer. And then you also need a camera so that you can be able to kind of like, I like to take pictures of what I see in the jar because it's easier for me to analyze the symbolism that is in the jar. So, first thing that you are going to do. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take the egg and you are going to put it in water and salt, preferably pink Himalayan salt because it has minerals in it that can really cleanse the egg and really like purify it. So you want to go on ahead and kind of just give that like a quick little wash for a minute. All right. Then you want to prepare your glass jar. So your glass jar needs to be clean. And I also like to sage the inside and then around the jar as well for the same reason why we wash the egg in water and pink Himalayan salt, to purify the jar and make sure that there is no outside energy that is there. You also need to make sure that you put a placemat down. You have all the space, everything that you're using needs to be clean. So put a placemat down, make sure that you've like cleaned your area and it's been sanitized and clean. Okay. So for the cleanse, what you're first going to do is you are going to set an intention before you start your cleanse. Pretty much, I like to say, um, I am asking all negative energy to be removed from me. I want all jealousy, envy, negativity to be exposed to me. And I want you to clear the path in order for me to have a life of success, love, abundance, and happiness. And you have to really, really make sure that that intention is strong. Okay. Please don't BS the intention. There needs to be conviction in your voice. There really needs to be convincing to the universe that this is the intention that you're going into for this cleanse. That way, this egg can do the work that it is intended to do. So, for the cleanse, you want to start from the top and you want to work your way down. So, like I said before, I'm not going to actually do the cleanse because I already did it last night. So, what I like to do is I like to start from my head and you want to just go down in a stroking motion like this, and then you want to put it on your face. I really like to focus on the face in the middle part of me. So pretty much where all my like chakras align. So I want to put it on my face, I'm going to put it on my neck, and essentially you want to do it in a stroking motion as if you're wiping the negative energy out, okay? So I'll go down my arms, down that arm. I'll go down my back all the way, down my back all the way, down my butt, down my legs, down my legs, down my shins, and then I'll even put it at the bottom of my feet. And my stomach, all that, just all the way in a downward motion. And so this jar needs to be filled with water. I like to fill it up about halfway. And you want to make sure that the water is at room temperature. Okay, that's very important because obviously you don't want the egg to be, you don't want the water to be too hot because you don't want to cook the egg. And then obviously you don't want the water to be too cold because the energy from the egg is not going to be able to flow easily throughout the water. So the water needs to be at room temperature. So what you're going to do is you're going to crack your egg, open it in the water. And what you're going to do is you are going to sit this down and you are going to observe the water anywhere between 7 to 10 minutes. Once you wait between 7 to 10 minutes, you are going to look at the jar like this. Do not look at it this way. You need to observe it from eye level. You're not going to be able to get any information when you're looking at it from an aerial view. So there are a few ways that your yolk can manifest the energy that was absorbed from you and essentially tell a story on what energy you have surrounded by you based off of what the egg picked up from you. So I am going to show you guys. I'm going to share the screen and I'm going to show you all how my egg looked yesterday. So when you're really intuitive and when you really understand kind of like what you're dealing with in a sense, you will realize that essentially a lot of these things will make sense to you. Honestly, a lot of these things will make sense to you. Oh, okay. So I can't share my screen. Well, what we are going to do is I'm just going to show you guys the picture on my phone of how it looked when I did the egg cleanse. Let me get out the screen. So let me make this big. Okay. So if you look clearly, there's like a spike. There's like a very, very large spike at the top. There we go. Now you can see much clearer. There are a few little spikes, and then there's like a little bubble there. You see the bubble there, and then you see the bubble there. Okay. And then there's another thing that I noticed. So here's another spike. It's a very, very small spike, but it also has a bubble on the tip of it. And in addition to looking at the formation of the yolk, you also need to look for symbols within the yolk. So it might be hard to tell. You see those little eyes there, right? Right there and right there. So those are little eyes, okay? So that's symbolic of someone peering in, someone watching me, essentially the evil eye, right? So I found a pretty good source. Now I'll share my screen. I found a pretty good source on how you can look at the yolk formation to diagnose what energy you are holding in. All right. So I feel as though out of all of them that I found, this has been the most accurate. Okay. So mine has spikes, right? So this first one is, having spikes there. And then this one also has symbolism here. There's like a little mantle, cloudiness, bubbles. They have a dove sign, they have red yolk. And like I said before, you can go on ahead, you can Google those. It's very, very easy. So I'm going to explain to you all what each thing means when it comes to how these all look. So you all just seen that I had spikes that were going upward and there was a bubble, okay? So spikes or strings that are rising up, it means that there is someone that is jealous, that you do have some negative energy around you. The bubble at the top though is a protective bubble. So essentially, it's your spirit guide saying, listen, I do see that there's someone that is jealous of you. I do see that there is some negativity around you, but I'm doing the best I can in order to keep you protected. If you have clear water and you have no major strands, you are good to go. Okay. The egg was able to clear you of any negativity that you had. If you have bubbles at the top or cloudy water, there's probably some energy blockages, there's probably some stress or anxiety that you have been able to get removed. Okay. I think the biggest one, probably the I don't want to say the worst, but I would say the sign to be the most cautious of is if you have a blood yolk or if there are blood spots in your yolk. So this is indicative of very heavy negative energy and even spiritual attacks. And so yeah, I would consider deeper cleansing, especially, okay, I would especially if you are having blood in the yolk, okay? This definitely means that you are under a spiritual attack. If your egg cleanse does show a lot of negativity, do not panic. That just means that the cleanse worked. Okay. And so next, what you're going to do after you go on ahead and analyze your yolk, also look for shapes. Okay. Like I told you before, as you can see, it looked like there was a little skull, right? Looked like in that one picture, it was a little skull with little eyes. So there's someone watching me. There's someone paying attention to me and they are trying to cast negativity on me. They are an evil eye. They are, in most cases, jealous. Okay. So, what you're going to do now that you have the yolk in the water, you're going to go to the bathroom and you are going to dump the water and the egg yolk in the toilet. As you do this, you are going to set an intention, pretty much removing all of the negativity. So, um, I am here to release any type of negativity. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I am now paving the way and clearing the way and removing all blockages to have a life of happiness, a life of abundance, a life of success, a life of wealth, etc., etc. Pretty much saying, I'm releasing all this negativity. Open the roads for me. Okay. So after I was done with my cleanse yesterday, I was too tired to do a spiritual bath that night. So what I did do was I just took some water and I put some pink Himalayan salt in the water and I just put it beside my little mantle next to my bed, and I just made sure that that was beside me when I slept. This morning, I grabbed me some salt. There was no pink Himalayan salt. I had to get a regular pure Epsom salt. And I ended up just taking a shower, cleaning out the bathtub after, filling up the water with like warm water. And then I put about 2 to 3 cups of just plain Epsom salt in. I always like to try to use pure. I use pink Himalayan salt. The store didn't have any, so I just used plain Epsom salt. I like to just go with something as plain as possible. because I don't want the negativity or the energy working with anything else. Okay. Salt is restorative and it's cleansing of any energy. So I took that bath before I had made this video. And so then in the next 24 hours, what I'll do another egg cleanse and then make sure that see if all that is, cleared out. I actually am already aware of the individuals who like have an evil eye on me. I literally could like by name know exactly who it is that is jealous of me, who is casting negativity on me, because I've already questioned the universe. Is this who is Judas? You know what I mean? Who is this person that might try to betray me or is no good for me or anything like that? So if you already kind of have a doubt in your mind regarding who you're involved with, a person who you might consider a friend, and you kind of know where they stand, if you go into this practice, it will definitely give you more clarity on if what your intuition is telling you is right. Okay. So that is all for this video today. Please drop down and let me know what you thought about this egg cleanse video. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.